Good day, and thank you for standing by. Welcome to Weibo first quarter 2022 earnings call. At this time, all participants are in the listen-only mode. After the speaker's presentation, there will be a question and answer session. To ask a question during the session, you will need to press star one on your telephone. Please be advised that today's conference is being recorded. If you require any further assistance, please press star zero. And now I'd like to hand the conference over to Ms. Sandra Zhang from Weibo IR team. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Thank you, operator. Welcome to Weibo's first quarter 2022 earnings conference call. Joining me today are our Chief Executive Officer, Gaofei Wang, and our Chief Financial Officer, Fei Cao. The conference call is also being broadcasted on the internet and is also available through Weibo's IR website. Before the management remarks, I would like to read you the safe harbor statement in connection with today's conference call. During today's conference call, we may make forward-looking statements that are not historical facts, including statements of our beliefs and expectations. Forward-looking statements involve inherent risks and uncertainties. A number of important factors could cause actual results to differ materially from those contained in any forward-looking statement. Weibo assumes no obligation to update the forward-looking statement in this conference call and elsewhere. Further information regarding this and other risks is included in Weibo's annual report on Form 20-F and other filings with the SEC. All the information provided in this press release is occurring as of the date hereof. Weibo assumes no obligation to update such information except as required under applicable law. Additionally, I would like to remind you that our discussion today includes certain non-GAAP measures, which exclude stock-based compensation and certain other expenses. We use non-GAAP financial measures to gain a better understanding of Weibo's comparative operating performance and the future prospects. Our non-GAAP financials exclude certain expenses, gains and losses, and other items that are not expected to result in future cash payment, or are non-recurring in nature, or are not indicative of our core operating results and outlook. Please refer to our press release for more information about our non-GAAP measures. Following management's prepared remarks, we will open the lines for a brief Q&A session. With this, I would like to turn the call over to our CEO, Gaofei Wang.
谢谢，大家好，欢迎大家参加微博财报电话会。
Thank you. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Weibo's first quarter 2022 earnings conference call.
本次财报会，我向大家重点介绍2022年 Q1 微博的用户、产品以及商业化方面的进展。
On today's call, I'll share with you highlights in Weibo's user, product, and monetization in the first quarter of 2022.
在用户方面，截至一季度末，我们的月活跃用户达到 5.82 亿，月活跃用户规模同比净增约5000万。日活跃用户达到 2.52 亿，日活跃用户同比净增约2200万。同时，一季度微博的月活跃用户中，来自移动端的比例为 95%。
On the user front, Weibo's MAUs reached 582 million, and average DAUs reached 252 million in March 2022, adding approximately 51 million and 22 million year-over-year respectively. In March, 95% of Weibo's MAUs came from mobile.
商业化方面，虽然宏观环境、行业政策以及最近国内疫情对很多企业的生产运营带来了不同程度的短中期影响，导致大部分的广告主营销预算从3月份开始出现递延或者削减。但一季度整体得益于微博的用户规模、流量的增长，以及我们在重点行业的开拓和深耕，客户更加认可微博的广告产品和用户产品内容运营结合成了特有的营销模式，使得微博一季度收入仍保持了同比的稳健增长。一季度微博总营收达到了 4.85 亿美金，年对年增长 6%， 其中广告营收达到 4.27 亿美元，年对年增长 10%。广告中来自于移动端的比例达到 94%。一季度公司调整后的营业利润达到 1.42 亿美元。
On monetization, the macro environment, industry policy, and recent domestic COVID-19 resurgence have posed a short and medium impact on the production and operation of many companies to different degrees. causing most advertisers to defer or reduce their marketing budget since March. Nevertheless, thanks to solid growth of our user scale and traffic, as well as our efforts in key industries such as gaming and apparel, we have further gained recognition among advertisers for our differentiated market solution that integrated well with our user product and content operation. In the first quarter, our total revenue reached 484.6 million, up 6% year-over-year, and our ad revenues reached 427.1 million, up 10% year-over-year, and 94% of our ad revenues came from mobile. This quarter, our non-GAAP operating income reached 141.7 million.
接下来，我具体向大家介绍一下微博在产品运营和商业化方面的情况。
Next, let me share with you our progress made in product monetization in the first quarter.
在今年整体的市场环境下，22年我们产品运营的重心以提升效率为主，稳健拓展我们的用户规模，提升用户活跃度，进而提升我们的商业化效率。渠道方面，考虑到微博的用户规模和市场目前的格局，我们会更加关注用户获取成本和用户变现之间的平衡，重点提升用户获取的 ROI。平台竞争力方面，我们将继续加强热点和社交的产品运营投入，深化与媒体、文娱、游戏、体育合作方的战略合作，保障热点以及 IP 的讨论供给，稳定微博在用户核心使用功能的竞争力。
On product front, we continue to focus on operating efficiency, driving steady user base expansion and engagement improvement so as to uplift our monetization efficiency. On channel front, considering our user scale and the competitive landscape, we will emphasize on balancing user acquisition cost and monetization and improve ROI for user acquisition. On competition, we will continue to step up investment in operations of hot trends and social content, deepen strategic cooperation with partners from media, entertainment, gaming, and sports verticals to encourage discussion around hot trends and IPs, and maintain our competitiveness in core user functions.
一季度，受益于春节假期、冬奥赛事，微博在热点和社交上的优势尽显，带来了用户规模和流量的不错增长。今年春节期间，25台春晚通过话题、视频、直播等方式在微博保持活跃，整体晚会的话题阅读量超过200，讨论量超过7000万，讨论量较去年增长46%。其中，我们推出了全新的实况版式话题，以实况热聊的方式，再次升级了用户边看边聊的跨屏体验。伴随着晚会播出，春晚嘉宾、KOL、用户在话题实况版中进行同频的讨论，带动了春晚讨论氛围的提升。春晚话题的原创讨论量较去年提升了145%。
In the first quarter, with the Spring Festival holiday and Winter Olympics, our user base and traffic grew robustly, demonstrating Weibo's advantages in hot trends and social attributes. During the Spring Festival, content related to the Spring Festival Gala of 25 television stations was distributed on Weibo via topics, videos, live streaming, and etc. For Spring Festival Gala related topics, the viewership surpassed 20 billion and the discussion was more than 70 million, up 46% from last year. And moreover, we launched live topics and upgraded topic features that allows users to discuss live while watching the Spring Festival Gala. While the gala was on air, celebrities, KOLs, and users were able to join in the live discussion altogether, igniting the willingness of discussion around the event. As a result, the discussion of the gala-related topics created by users increased by 145% from last year.
微博针对冬奥的运营更是吸引到了广泛关注，从热门赛事到热点运动员，再到吉祥物、冰墩墩、雪容融这样的 IP 热点，微博通过与东米中心达成的战略合作，促进了冬奥运动员在微博的持续活跃，与央视、咪咕等媒体共建传播矩阵，提升了赛事讨论和传播。北京冬奥会不仅流量超过了东京奥运会，冬奥运动员和他们的粉丝在微博也更加活跃，互动性更好。往年的数据显示，春节后随着开学跟复工， 用户的规模和流量会有一定回落。但3月以来，由于社会热点事件以及我们在渠道优化、热点和社交运营上提升效率，我们的用户和流量依旧保持了较好的趋势。
Furthermore, our content operation of the Beijing Winter Olympics has attracted massive users to consume content on Weibo. From the Winter Olympics events to sports campaigns and the IPs of the Binzhenzhen and Xurongrong, we work with the Winter Sports Administrative Center to encourage athletes to open accounts and stay engaged on Weibo, and build a content distribution matrix with the state media and Migu, among other media, to enhance the dissemination and discussion of content around the games. Not only did the traffic driven by the Beijing Winter Olympics surpass that of the Tokyo Olympic Games, but the athletes and their followers were also more engaged on Weibo. Based on historical data, as people return to school and work after the Spring Festival, the user scale and traffic on Weibo will fall back to a certain extent. However, in March, we grew our user and traffic nicely, mainly attributable to more social events occurred and increased time spent online due to the disruption from COVID-19, coupled with our optimized channel strategy and improved operating efficiency of hot trends and social content.
在渠道方面，我们通过春节和冬奥的运营，有效提升了流量和用户活跃。而在渠道方面，我们也更加优化，注重于提升效率。一方面减少了低 ROI 渠道的预算投入，另一方面我们尝试将更多的预算倾斜至能带来用户访问频次提升的渠道上，提升可变现流量和用户的长期留存，不断优化渠道的 ROI。所以这个季度我们在产品上做了许多优化，更好的促进了用户与推荐内容的竞争匹配，也集中优化了酷友的召回体验和产品优化，提升用户的消费频次。3月份来自渠道用户的人均消费量较去年4季度提升了40%。
On channel front, we further optimized our channel investment strategy with focus on efficiency, as the content operation of Spring Festival and the Winter Olympic Games helped grow our user and increase user engagement. We cut the budget investment in low ROI channels and try to shift more budget to channels with potential of raising user visit frequency. And meanwhile, we improved our capabilities of serving products to clients and increased the long-term retention of the monetizable traffic and users to continue to optimize channel ROI. Hence, in the first quarter, we optimized our products from several aspects, driving to precisely targeting users with the recommended content. We also focused on optimizing the push recall strategy and improving the product experience to increase the frequency of user consumption. In March, the per capita consumption of channel user increased by 40% from the fourth quarter last year.
在社交活跃方面，我们继续加强产品的社交性，保持微博的核心用户群体的规模和活跃度为重点。关系流方面，3月份关系流的刷新次数较去年12月份保持增长。刷新次数的提升，一方面得益于针对关系流的策略优化，有效地承接了热点带来用户的后续活跃。另一方面，我们在社交物料拓展、个性化分发的体验上持续投入，提升用户在关系流的消费体验和社交粘性。社区方面，我们重点完善社区的产品机制，更好地融合用户的核心消费场景，让用户更高效地发现兴趣社区的内容，建立用户之间的关系和互动。同时，产品和运营加强联动，进一步拓展社区领域，丰富各领域内容，满足用户在社区作为兴趣社交、周边社交的需求。3月，社区用户规模持续提升，环比12月提升了双位数，社区的发帖人数、发帖量也快速增长，游戏、体育、动漫、校园等社区持续活跃。我们看到，社区能有效提升用户的活跃度，促进用户的长期留存，这也让我们对微博在整体社交中获得新的定位和增长空间更有信心。
On social attributes, we continue to strengthen the social features of our user products by focusing on promoting scale and engagement of Weibo's core users. On relationship-based feeds, the number of feeds refreshment continued to improve from December, benefiting from the optimization in content distribution of the relationship-based feeds. We could effectively retain and engage users brought to our platform by hot trends, Additionally, we continue to invest in social content enrichment, personalized content distribution, and front-end product experience to improve the experience of user consumption and the social stickiness of the relationship-based feed. On community products, we focus on improving the product mechanism to better serve user consumption and enable users to discover content, build relations, and interact with each other with communities. At the same time, we strengthen the integration of products and operations to further expand community to more verticals, enrich vertical content so as to better fulfill users' needs for social relations based on interest and location within the communities. In March, the number of users who use community products continued to increase, up by double digits from last December. The number of posters and posts in the community surged, and users in gaming, sport, animation, and campus continue to be engaged. We have seen that community can effectively increase user engagement and promote user intention in the long run, which boosts our confidence in Weibo's new positioning and growth potential in the market of social attributes.
在视频方面，视频号的规模和活跃仍是我们的重点，特别是针对能够提升平台流量以及社交性的领域和优质的视频号作者，我们今年在产品和运营上给予了重点的服务和扶持，提升这些作者的视频生产和互动积极性，保障他们的视频发布质量和规模，进而带动用户活跃。截至3月底，视频号开通规模超过3000万。这个季度，我们在产品上提供给视频作者更多的能促进社交互动的视频工具和玩法，提升了视频的创作性和互动性。同时，核心信息流结合用户的消费特征，持续优化对优质视频作者和内容的推荐机制，给予更多的曝光机会。例如，关系流基于社交特性，优化视频号推荐，基于社交分发的优势，用户消费效率显著提升。而发现也基于热点性，推出视频热榜产品，带动视频消费的同时，也进一步强化发现的热点与热门内容的消费定位。
On videos, we continue to focus on the scale and engagement of video accounts, especially on verticals that can drive more traffic and engagement, and also high-quality content creators. In 2022, we will provide more support on products and operations to these video content creators to encourage video generation and interaction with fans and ensure the quantity and the quality of video content, which in turn drives user engagement. As of the end of March, the number of video accounts exceeded 30 million. In the first quarter, we provided video content creators with more editing tools and features to promote social interaction around video content, to increase video generation and engagement. At the same time, we encourage user consumption in core information-based feed to continuously optimize the recommendation mechanism for high-quality video content creators and their content. For example, for the relationship-based feed, we optimize the recommendation of video accounts based on user social relations, which significantly improve the distribution of video accounts and efficiency of user consumption. We also launched the hot video list in the discovery page, which not only stimulated video consumption, but also further strengthened the positioning of discovery page in the consumption of hot trends and popular content.
最后，我再介绍一下我们在最近国内疫情上所做的工作。今年3月以来，全国各地疫情有起伏，在此次疫情中，微博充分发挥平台资源的整合、聚合传播的优势。一方面，联动政务、官微和权威媒体，传播疫情的权威信息。例如，微博联动上海发布、人民日报、央视新闻等政务官微和权威央媒，主持上海疫情相关话题超过2000个，阅读量近2000亿，讨论量超过2200万。同时，微博与政府部门建立高效辟谣的联动机制，及时处理谣言和不实信息，并优化产品机制，提升用户触达。另一方面，微博在公益救助体系上不断提升我们的救助效率和救助能力，在原有的超话救助机制上快速升级了救助产品，更好地聚合求助信息。目前已向政府部门报送超过5000条有效的求助信息，共实现了超过2600起救助。 除此之外，今年微博正在尝试连接公益机构、企业、媒体、志愿者等，共筑社会化疫情的救助体系，在询医问药、物资求助、心理疏导等方面提供帮助和支持，进一步发挥微博在社会化应急救助协助上的企业价值。
Finally, let me share some color on our work in the recent battle against domestic COVID resurgence. Since March, new cases have been reported across the country. During this outbreak, we fully leverage Weibo's platform advantages in the resource aggregation and information distribution. On one hand, we work with Shanghai Release, People's Daily, CCTV News, and other official accounts of government and state media, and organize more than 2,200 topics on the COVID situation in Shanghai, which generated nearly 200 billion views and over 22 million discussions in total. We have also established an efficient rumor refuting mechanism in cooperation with government departments to promptly address rumors and misinformation, while optimize our product mechanism to amplify information reach to more users. On the other hand, we continue to enhance Weibo's efficiency and capability in the public rescue system. We quickly upgraded our rescue channel based on the existing super topic product to better converge requests for help. Up to now, we have reported more than 5,000 valid requests to government departments, resulting in more than 2,600 rescue cases. In addition, this year, we also attempt to coordinate with NGOs, business, media, volunteers, big V's, etc., to build a society-wide rescue system against COVID, providing assistance and support for people seeking medical treatment, supplies, psychological consulting, so as to further amplify our value in the society-wide emergency relief and assistance.
商业化方面，22年我的重心是以提升流量的变现空间和变现效率为目标，从而提升微博的商业化规模。我们会基于微博品效广告模式在核心行业的抗风险能力，重点将品效广告加内容运营的组合营销模式复制到更多的行业和客户上，提升行业化营销的能力，加强微博在广告市场的核心竞争力。
On monetization, in 2022, we continue to focus on enhancing our potential and efficiency of traffic monetization, and thus beefing up our overall monetization skill. Underpinned by the resilience of Weibo's brand plus performance ad offerings in key verticals, we are dedicated to expanding the marketing combo of brand plus performance ad with content operation to more industries and clients, aiming to strengthen our industry-based marketing capability as well as our market competitiveness.
在行业营销方面，一季度微博广告收入同比增长10%，这主要受益于春节、冬奥的营销节点，以及微博在重点行业服务客户品效合一需求能力的不断提升。例如，冬奥会期间，我们帮助部分奥运会赞助商客户结合赛事热点和运动员的代言的热点，通过话题、热搜、开机的广告产品传递客户的品牌价值，放大客户的营销声量。微博目前独有的热点营销模式，通过这2次奥运会的实践，已经被更多的客户，尤其是本土鞋服客户认同，在微博进行品牌投放的诉求也明显提升。一季度鞋服行业的广告收入同比增速也较快。我再介绍一下游戏行业的进展。从广告收入来看，游戏行业的广告收入一直保持着快速增长的趋势。一季度游戏广告收入同比仍保持了超过50%的增长，收入增长主要得益于这2年我们在游戏行业建立的差异化的营销模式，我们的销售、产品运营联动的加强，重点帮助客户加强新游戏的讨论和传播，以及社交资产的沉淀和活跃，再加上持续优化效果广告的能力，让我们从之前只能看重效果转化的游戏客户，获取到一部分新游戏发布的品牌预算。考虑到游戏版号的发布政策，我们在一季度针对于头部既有游戏的客户推出了节点营销产品和服务，更加紧密的配合客户对于游戏大版本的更新、新角色的宣推等营销诉求。例如，我们与原神达成深度合作，从游戏节点版本更新、代言人官宣到游戏品牌活动，原神所有的营销节点都在微博聚合。从公测至今，官微粉丝量已超过400万。 原神的主话题阅读量超过120亿，话题的讨论量超过600万，近400万超话粉丝长期活跃。客户社交资产在微博的不断沉淀，更会促进客户在微博加大营销节点的覆盖。
From an industry perspective, our ad revenue increased by 10% year-over-year in the first quarter, mainly benefiting from the Spring Festival and the Winter Olympics, as well as our improved capability to fulfill customers' brand plus performance marketing needs in key industries. For example, during the Winter Olympics, we helped some Olympic sponsors to build hype in the market, featuring a combo of our ad offerings such as topic, hot trends, launch screen ad, etc., to uplift their brand recognition. Leveraging hot trends of Olympic sports event and athlete endorsement, our unique solution of hot trend marketing has earned wider recognition among most of the advertisers, especially the Chinese footwear and apparel brands during the 2 Olympic Games seasons. As a result, we are pleased to see higher ad demand for the apparel vertical, with ad revenue from this vertical growing very nicely year-over-year. Next, let me share our progress in the gaming vertical as well. Ad revenues from the gaming vertical sustained strong growth momentum, with over 50% year-over-year growth in the first quarter. We primarily attribute the growth momentum to the differentiated ad playbook we developed for the gaming industry in the past 2 years. To elaborate, we have strengthened the synergies between sales, product, and operation to amplify the distribution and discussion of new games, as well as facilitate the accumulation and activity of social assets. Coupled with our ongoing optimization in performance ad offerings, we managed to capture incremental brand ad budget for new game release from clients who traditionally only value conversion results. Considering the approval policy of Ganhao, the game license, we launched event-based ad offering and service for top gaming clients in the first quarter to better align with clients' event pipeline and fulfill their marketing needs in connection with major version updates and new character promotion. A good example is Yuanshen. We worked closely with the game advertiser and aggregated all marketing events on Weibo, including version updates, brand ambassador official announcement, and branding events, etc. From the public test to now, the official account of Yuanshen Genshin have accumulated over 4 million followers. The number of views and discussion around the major Yuanshen topic exceeded 12 billion and 6 million respectively, with over 4 million long-term active fans of Yuanshen super topic.
一季度毫无疑问是个环境变化和震荡的季度。前2个月，我们的流量和收入都表现出了良好的开局，但是3月之后，国内疫情的起伏开始影响到我们客户线下品牌客户的营销计划，也影响到微博的一部分渠道市场推广活动。广告收入在3月受到一定影响。进入到2季度，随着更多地区的防疫措施加强，2季度经济活动也受到了较大的影响，包括生产、物流、销售和客户的线下活动。这些影响会直接去作用于广告市场。
Undoubtedly, the first quarter has witnessed twists and turns. In the first 2 months, we had pretty good start, both in terms of user traffic and financial performance. However, we have seen an inflection since March. Amid geopolitical issues and the COVID-19 resurgence, multinational customers and offline customers start to cut back marketing spend. Some of our channel marketing campaigns were also negatively impacted. As a result, our ad revenue was also negatively impacted in March. Entering the second quarter, with more regions setting up lockdown and prevention measures, various aspects of economic activities has been significantly disrupted, including production, logistics, and other offline activities, which directly weigh on the growth of the overall advertising market.
进入2季度，面临诸多市场的不利因素，我们致力于同客户一起积极面对，提升自身的竞争力，充分把握恢复后的市场机会。一方面，我们 针对部分受疫情影响的客户和行业，给予了针对性的扶持政策和资源，让客户在疫情期间多使用微博的品效广告产品，增强客户对于社交媒体营销的信心，同时也能提升微博核心广告资源的利用率。另一方面，疫情期间也是我们优化产品结构、强化微博核心竞争力的机会。针对于品效广告产品线，优化产品提升效率，加强内容营销服务，扩展客户场景，都是我们在二季度非常重要的工作，并且目前都逐步取得不错的进展，这对于我们强化广告市场竞争力至关重要。
For the second quarter, despite many market headwinds, we are dedicated to join together with our customers to navigate through the difficult times and reinforcing our own competitive edge in the hope of capturing market opportunities post the normalization. For one thing, we offer targeted favorable policies and resources to support several customers and industries hit hard by COVID-19, inviting customers to exploit our brand plus performance ad offering so as to boost their confidence in the social media marketing while raising the utilization rate of Weibo's core ad inventories at the same time. For another, we proactively take the window to further refine our product offerings and reinforce our core competitiveness. Our major initiatives include optimizing our brand plus performance ad offerings to improve efficiency, beefing up our content marketing service, and expanding customer scenario, just to name a few. We are making solid progress against all these initiatives as critical moves to further strengthen our competitiveness in the ad market.
接下来让我们转给曹飞介绍一季度的财务结果。
With that, let me turn the call over to Fei Cao for a financial review.
Thank you, Gaofei, and hello everyone. Welcome to Weibo's first quarter 2022 earnings conference call. Let's start with user metrics. In March 2022, Weibo's MAUs and average DAUs reached 582 million and 252 million respectively, representing a net addition of 51 million and 22 million users respectively on a year-over-year basis. We are delighted to achieve solid user growth momentum with disciplined marketing spend. Turning to financials. As a reminder, my prepared remarks would focus on non-GAAP results. All monetary amounts are in US dollar terms, and all the comparisons are on a year-over-year basis unless otherwise noted. Now, let me walk you through our financial highlights for the first quarter of 2022. Weibo's first quarter 2022 net revenues were $484.6 million, an increase of 6%. Operating income was $141.7 million, representing operating margin of 29%. Net income attributable to Weibo reached $132.9 million, representing a net margin of 27%. Diluted EPS was 56 cents compared to 57 cents last year. Now, let me give you more color on revenues. Weibo's advertising and marketing revenue for the first quarter 2022 reached $427.1 million, an increase of 10%. Mobile ad revenues were $401.9 million, contributing approximately 94% of total ad revenues. We had a solid start to 2022. Weibo delivered relatively resilient ad growth in the first quarter, even though the overall advertising market was tapering off amid macro uncertainties, resurgence of COVID-19 and lockdown disruptions. For the first quarter 2022, our leading verticals in terms of ad revenue contributions were FMCG, 3C products, and gaming. In terms of growth, the fastest growing verticals were gaming and luxury among major ones. Despite regulatory and macro challenges weighing on demand side, the relatively resilient performance of FMCG and 3C product sectors demonstrated that Weibo's brand plus performance ad offerings resonated greatly with customers in these sectors and enabled them to build hype around major events such as the Winter Olympic Games. For gaming sector, our cultivation in the content vertical, as well as improvement of ad performance for the sector, boded well for us to tap into higher ad wallet share of gaming sector. On the flip side, e-commerce, entertainment, and education categories booked a descending trend due to sluggish consumption data and regulatory impact. From the ad product perspective, promoted feeds continued to be the largest part, followed by social display ads and search and topic ad offerings. That said, as we entered mid-March and second quarter, the lingering nationwide Omicron outbreaks and subsequent restrictions and lockdown measures have significantly disrupted the advertising market. On demand side, industries with high offline exposures, such as offline merchants and auto industry, cut ad budget due to suspension of offline activities and disruption of production. The restriction and lockdown in major areas in China, especially Shanghai, has also negatively impacted consumption sectors such as FMCG and e-commerce, which suspended ad campaigns originally scheduled for the quarter and cut ad budget accordingly. Additionally, we also faced major sales and ad campaign execution challenges due to lockdown in Shanghai. As COVID-19 resurgence rapidly evolves nationwide, and restriction and lockdown disrupt economic activities, including production, consumption, logistics, and offline activities. Based on our current observation and our best estimates, we expect the potential impact on the advertising business in the second quarter is material and even more severe than the COVID-19 impact on our business in 2020. Given the major areas impacted, duration of restriction and lockdown, as well as the current macroeconomic conditions, we are closely monitoring the evolving situation and will make relentless efforts to mitigate such headwinds, leveraging our diverse industry mix and broad sales network coverage nationwide, while doing our utmost to protect our employees, partners, and communities. Despite near-term challenges ahead, we are encouraged to see our user and engagement metrics remain solid momentum, laying foundation for us to further tap into a wider demographics and increase monetization scale as business recovers. We remain confident in our long-term monetization opportunities that our unique value proposition and the diversified content ecosystem will unlock. Ad revenues from Alibaba for the first quarter decreased 22% to 25.9 million, primarily attributable to its own conservative marketing strategies amid weak consumption and lockdowns, as mentioned earlier. Value-added service VAS revenues were 57.5 million in the first quarter, a decrease of 17%. The decrease of VAS revenues was mainly due to less revenue contribution from membership service and a decrease of live streaming revenues. Turning to costs and expenses, total costs and expenses for the first quarter was 342.9 million, an increase of 7%. The increase was primarily due to, first, higher personnel-related costs. Second, step up in content costs, mainly associated with Winter Olympic Games. Third, recognition of culture business construction fee with length of the exemption policy this year. The increase was primarily offset by a decrease of sales and marketing expenses with disciplined channel investments and reduced offline events. Operating income in the first quarter was 141.7 million, an increase of 3%, representing operating margin of 29%, exceeding our expectations as we continued to effectively balance growth and margin performance amid uncertainties. Turning to income tax. Under GAAP measure, income tax expense for the first quarter was 11.7 million, compared to 14.9 million last year. Net income attributable to Weibo in the first quarter was 132.9 million, representing a net margin of 27% compared to 28% last year. Turning to our balance sheet and cash flow items, as of March 31st, 2022, Weibo's cash equivalents, and short-term investments totaled 3.3 billion, compared to 3.1 billion as of December 31st, 2021. In the first quarter of 2022, cash provided by operating activities was 248.6 million. Capital expenditures totaled 8.5 million, and depreciation and amortization expenses amounted to 15 million. With that, let me now turn the call over to the operator for Q&A session. Thank you.
Thank you. As a reminder, if you wish to ask a question, please press star one on your telephone and wait for your name to be announced. If you wish to withdraw your request, please press the pound or hash key. Stand by while we compile the question and answer roster. Once again, it's star one for questions. Your first question comes from the line of Alicia Yap from Citi. Please ask your question.
Hi, thank you. 管理层晚上好，谢谢接受我的提问。我想跟进一下，就是我们提到这个疫情的这个影响，就是说如果管理层可以跟我们就是量化一下，4月份、5月份整体的这个在线广告的这个预算，大概是从一个年对年是怎么样的一个下滑的程度，然后我们对于6月份和下半年的一些预期是怎么样，然后如果从这个就各个的这个垂直行业来看的话，就是哪一个行业就是这1-2个月以来影响比较大，然后当就是这个6月份之后呢，我们觉得其实有哪几个行业的预算其实还是会很快的复苏。然后我自己翻译一下哈。Thanks for taking my question. My question is related to the COVID impact in the second quarter. So if management can give a little bit more detail or the color in terms of the directions that we see in April and May, what kind of the magnitude of the decline that we are seeing for the online ad budget, and what is our expectation for June and also into the second half of this year? Which industry vertical actually seeing a bigger scale back in terms of their spending the past few months, and then which industries vertical that you think will actually see a bigger rebound once this reopening is actually happening? Thank you.
我先说一下这个二季度的目前的情况吧。就是整个来看的话呢，进入3月中旬和二季度，我觉得我们大家也看到国内的疫情以及很多区域的防疫措施的加强，对整个我们客户的这种线下的营销活动都带来比较大的影响。那这些因素毫无疑问会影响到我们广告的需求端。
Okay, so thank you for this question. So first of all, I would like to talk to you about the situation since Q2 because of COVID. So you can see that if we're talking about the mid-March as well as the Q2, in China, due to the COVID, we have been seeing the escalation of the control policies due to COVID here in China. And this is impacting a lot of marketing campaigns offline of our customers, as well as those ad budget as well.
Okay. 从广告投放的目的来看的话，我们自身的效果广告，比如说我们的信息流广告这部分呢 ，Q2 的趋势其实还是比较稳健的，受到疫情的影响比较小。当然价格方面会有一些下降，但是品牌广告方面，因为很多很重要的客户，包括代理商，其实都集中在华东的地区。那上海这个疫情，其实对于客户的预算决策，尤其是销售执行，目前来看还是带来了非常明显的影响。
And also talking about the different ad, for example, the performance ad, we can see that especially the information flow ad, this kept quite stable in terms of the volume. However, the pricing wise, this has been a little bit reduced. And second of all, talking about those brand advertisements, so you can see that because majority of the agents are located in East China, so I think that in terms of the budget, this has been impacted due to the COVID.
那从3月份看，上海出现疫情，其实我们3月份的下半月，整个客户的预订就开始出现下降。那4月份的话，整个华东的因为物流的影响，包括很多客户的销售活动执行都暂停了，所以4月份其实我们的品牌的需求是下降比较多的。那5月份现在看呢，就是原计划，原来我们看到的5月份呢恢复是比较快的，5月份几乎恢复到了3月份的水平。那我们原来以为到6月份基本上就可以全部恢复了，但是我们会看到随着北京的疫情的这个又开始有一些波动，同时上海的这个目前看其实到6月1号才刚刚放开，所以我们现在对于6月份的这个计划还是有比较大的不确定性，就是没有我们之前在5月份的时候预估的那么乐观吧。对，所以说我们还是得重点关注一个，因为从效果广告来看的话呢，我们会看到市场里面发过财报的，其实效果广告确实影响比较小，但是品牌客户他随着客户的复工之后，还需要在代理商啊，包括他的制作方啊，包括客户的营销活动的执行，还需要一个阶段去恢复，所以说它的恢复会比效果广告会更慢一些。
And also, talking about the situation here, since the late March, we have been seeing a driving down trend in terms of the booking. And also talking about the April, because of the impact to the logistics as well as the execution of a lot of the projects in East China, we have been seeing a driven down trend of the brand advertisement. And also talking about May, we used to believe that it will recover very soon, and actually it was recovered very well to the level of the March. However, still also after June, originally we thought that it will be fully recovered. However, because of another COVID broke out in Beijing area, we've been seeing some kind of fluctuation of our performance there. And also because Shanghai just resumed work and also all the kind of lifestyles since 1st of June. So there is a lot of uncertainty here in terms of Shanghai and also the performance in the second half. So we are not going to be as optimistic as we used to be in May. And also, talking about the effectiveness or the performance ad, the impact to that particular category will be minimized. And also, however, talking about the brand customers, because they have a whole process which is going to be followed if they want to resume the kind of a budget and also resume the advertisements in terms of the budget allocation and then the marketing plans as well as the execution, etc. So we expect that the brand customers are going to recover slower than the performance.
分行业来看的话呢，其实刚才 Scrum 也讲过，受疫情影响最小的现在看是游戏的行业，对，2季度应该还是也会保持着不错的增长，但是5月份受疫情影响，原计划5月份其实没有新的版号发布，那对游戏会有一定的负向影响，但是我们觉得整体来看的话，还是会保持增长的吧。Got it.
And also talking about industrial verticals, first of all, we believe that the gaming industry has been least impacted, and also in Q2 there is a kind of a upward trend or going upward. And also in May, of course, we had a little bit impact because of the unavailability of the gaming license, but still, that particular impact could be controlled. Okay.
另外就是我们整个收入里面大概50%以上的品类，像 FMCG、奢侈品和汽车这些行业，其实虽然2季度受影响，我们看4月份受影响比较大，但我们会看随着疫情的恢复，只要疫情稍微好转，像5月份就会反弹的比较快。那所以说我们认为这些行业从现在客户的计划来看的话，我们觉得疫情过去之后，当客户的营销活动可以正常开展之后，疫情的预算的恢复是比较快的。包括汽车，虽然因为北京车展取消影响了一部分预算，但是我们同时也看到对我们来讲是比较好的机会，因为有大量的新车开始把他们的预算向线上进行转移，就是发布会向线上进行转移。这个情况如果大家记得的话，在2020年手机行业的时候也曾经出现过。那这种方式一旦这种趋势开始从线下转到线上，其实对未来我们整个汽车行业的这种预算的增长，我相信还是比较有信心的。
And also because 50% of our businesses are focusing on FMCG, luxury products, as well as the automotive industry. So you can see that for these three verticals, they've been impacted heavily in April because of COVID. However, when there was a little bit recovery of the control and also containment of the COVID in May, we've seen a very quick and also robust rebound of these three verticals. So that is to say that in the future, if the COVID could be better contained, we're going to see, for example, more marketing campaigns organized by the customers in those categories or those verticals. We're going to see a very good recovery and rebound of their budget to us. And of course, that in Beijing, we've got cancellation of the auto show, and this did impact the budget allocation. However, this brought with us more opportunities to the future because most of the OEMs are now moving their publish and also the launch event of their new models from offline to online. And this is exactly the same that we experienced in 2020 in terms of the mobile and also the smartphone industry, right? So a lot of people move up their campaign from offline to online. So this is going to give us more confidence for us to see a very good increase of the budget, especially for the automotive industry.
另外就是我们会看到有些行业还是会疫情的影响可能会延伸到3季度或者更长的时间，比如线下的一些消费行业，像医美啊这些 O2O 的客户，那毫无疑问，其实我们认为，即使上海的疫情过去，其实这种线下的消费还是会有一定的负向影响。然后另外就是手机行业，我们会看到今年的大家看到报告，手机的销量其实跌的还是比较多的。那这部分2季度其实影响不大，但是往后其实我们认为还是会有一定的负向影响。但是大家都知道，手机行业既是我们的客户，同时来讲也是我们重点的渠道。那手机的销量下降，虽然会影响我们的广告的投放的预算，但是同时在我们成本支出方面，其实也能节省下来不少的市场营销的费用。所以说，对整体来看的话，对公司的利润的影响并不大。
Okay, and then next I would like to say that talking about the other verticals, especially those offline activity oriented industries, for example the aesthetic medicine and also O2O customers, they will also receive the impact after Q3 even. And even if now we've got a reopening of Shanghai, still there will be a little bit impact. And also talking about the mobile or smartphone industry, we also have experienced a driven down of the sales of this particular industry vertical. And of course, in Q2, there wasn't a big impact to the smartphone industry. However, we really believe that in the future, then this is going to be impacted negatively. And of course, if we're talking about the smartphone, this is not only the customer that we have, but also this should be regarded as the channel for us to do the marketing and also ads. So in terms of the expenses saving and fee saving, this actually has brought with us a positive impact. So if we are talking about the offsetting of these two parts, we are not seeing a big impact to our profit margin.
整体来看的话，1季度其实影响我们差不多大半个月，但是2季度现在看，我们原来会认为影响2个月，但是或者1个半月，但是现在看影响的时间可能会比较长，因为您看。上海也刚刚解封，北京很多区都还在居家办公，所以说还是会影响。而且品牌客户的投放，相对来讲这个链条比纯效果还是要更长的，它需要代理商和制作公司的合作和配合。那所以说我们觉得2季度其实这个恢复比我们原来预想的会要慢一些。原来我们以为6月份就能全面恢复的，对，主要就这些。
And also lastly, I would like to say that in Q1 of this year. We had about more than half of the month of the impact, and also in Q2 the impact would have been lasting for about 1.5 months to 2 months. And also I think that this particular impact is larger than our expectation because Shanghai just reopened itself in 1st of June, and also in Beijing there are still certain areas that are having people working from home still. So and also because talking about the brand customers, they're having a longer process to follow to restart and also reboot their business, and also this requires collaboration closely between publishers and also agents. So we really think that we are going to have a slower recovery of our business than our expectation in June and also the second half. Okay.
谢谢。
Thank you. 谢谢。
Thank you. Our next question comes from Thomas Chong from Jefferies. Please go ahead.
晚上好，谢谢管理层接受我的提问。我的问题是关于我们的成本控制方面，可以分享一下我们在未来几个季度的想法。另外的话，从 margin 的角度来说，我们应该怎么看全年的一个 margin trend？ Thanks management for taking my questions. I have a question regarding our cost control and the trend in operating expenses in 2022. And on that front, how should we think about our margin outlook in the remainder of the year? Thank you.
成本控制方面我们简单说一下吧。然后因为大家都知道，我们对于这种渠道投放啊，包括一些内容购买一直来说还是比较保守的。我们基本上还是对于 ROI 的控制比相对来讲比较严格。但是在一季度，其实我们会看到这个今年的整个经济的情况，其实在本身我们就对于这个渠道 ROI 的考核就会变得更严了。那所以说有些渠道，比如说它如果不能很快的在一个周期之内，比如3个月或者6个月回收成本，这些渠道我们就会砍掉。对，所以说这个一季度我们会看整个我们的 margin 还是保持的一个不错的一个情况。特别是一季度其实本身在税务方面已经文化建设费已经减掉了大概1.5的一个利润率。那其他方面来看的话呢，包括我们其他的内容成本啊，包括其他的一些活动的成本。活动成本因为今年疫情好多活动做不了了，我们自己微博之夜都办不了了，所以说呢这方面的支出也有一定的下降。当然它也带来一定收入的，因为这些活动本身我们都是赚钱的，这些收入的下降也会受到一定的影响。其他利润率方面，Gordon。
Okay. So first of all, talking about the cost control. First of all, we are having a stricter control and also a stricter policy in terms of the ROI and also keeping it quite preservative in terms of the placement among different channels and also the purchasing of the feeds, for example. And also, talking about Q1, however, still we had stricter rules on the appraisal of ROI, and also if the channel, for example, could not provide with us the returns as required within 3 months or 6 months, we are going to cancel collaboration with that channel. And also, as a result, we have been seeing a quite good performance in terms of margin in Q1. And second of all, especially in Q1, we are talking about the cancellation of already decreasing of the tax related to the cultural establishment by 1.5%. And also, second point is about the activity related expenses. And due to the COVID, we could not organize a lot of activities as planned. So this has saved some of the costs relating to the activities and also campaigns. However, those kind of activities are also profit making. So this did impact our revenue at the same time. Okay.
Okay, maybe I can add some color on the margin. So in terms of margin, as a result of better monetization, larger business scale, and higher operating leverage, we achieved a good profit margin in first quarter and last year. And historically, Weibo always maintained a healthy margin level. And heading into the second half of 2022, as Gaofei mentioned earlier, we expect the negative impact on advertising business is material. So amid the difficult market environment and the combined effects of numbers of other factors, such as expiration of the certain tax incentive, the cultural business construction fee will be re-levied, and we have to investment in some sports IP such as Beijing Winter Olympics and NBA. So we do expect a decline in operating margin compared to last year. But the management has reached a consensus that the highest priority this year is to optimize our cost structure with more disciplined channel investment and other spending strategy. Weibo, as you know, Weibo has always maintained a conservative style, Our goal is improving operating efficiency with stricter ROI assessment to control our overall spending and striving for higher operating leverage to mitigate the margin decline as small as possible and ultimately keep our healthy financial metrics. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next question comes from Tian Hou from TH Capital. Please ask the question.
谢谢啊，高飞总问一个关于用户的问题吧，就是我看过去这么多年呢，我们的平台上的这个用户呢 ，MAU、DAU 都比较稳定的在增长，我就想呢问一下，就是我们最终感觉就是说，我们最终的一个就是目标是多少？就是我们的 DAU 啊、MAU 啊，或者 Mobile MAU 啊，因为我看现在 Mobile MAU 已经都这个5亿多了，也很多了嘛，对吧？那看看我们最终会到一个什么样的水平？那么这个实际上在用户上更多的是一个存量上的一个竞争和争取，所以在今年呢，公司在获客上有什么样的一个计划？那么在获客之后呢，就是还有一个就是客户的这种活跃性的提高，如何通过更多的这种内容的运营，让客户的留存和活跃性进一步的提高。这就是关于客户的一个问题。谢谢高飞总。那我翻译一下吧。It's about the user. So what is the eventual goal for the company to accomplish regarding the total number of the MAU, DAUs? And also, what's the company's plan in 2022 to acquire new users in China? And also how to use content operation to improve user retentions and user activity level on the platform. Thank you. 就这样。
第一个问题，其实我们在我们当年上市的时候，包括去年在香港2次路演的时候，我都回答过这个问题。就是如果微博不做任何视频类的业务，其实从我们上市的时候我们看到的经验值来讲，这种 social media 的平台大概可以做到 social network 平台用户的60%，因为在美国就是大约是这样一个比例，这是当年2013年的时候。但是会看到我们的微博其实跟推特不一样，我们不管是在图片方面还是视频方面，其实我们还是会做了更多相对来讲复杂的工作，包括一些更多的业务方面的拓展。那我们会看到在视频方面来讲的话呢，这个市场其实比看到的社交媒体的领域会更纯粹的社交图文类的媒体的领域会更大。对，这也是我们过去几年一直坚持在视频方面来讲的话，虽然面临着激烈的市场竞争，但是我们还是会加大很大投入的原因。我认为只有在这个市场里面获得一席之地，对于我们拓展我们的用户的上限才会有更加直接的帮助。那目前视频的流量也占到我们整个微博流量的1/3。那我也觉得这方面也是我们未来去拓展我们用户规模上限的很重要的一个战略的布局。对 ，Gordon。
So I think that this question has been answered, previously while we were listing our company and also did the secondary roadshow in Hong Kong last year. So we were saying that if we were not operating any video-related content and also strategies, and then the social media or the upper limit of the social media will be only 60% of that of the social network. But that was about 2013. However, time is different, right? So we are now emphasizing a lot on the differentiation points between Weibo and also Twitter and also the other pure social media. And we have been doing more complicated works and also more works as well in terms of our business operation or business development, especially we're talking about the video. So, in terms of the video, the impact is actually going to be bigger than the social media, and also the business driving forces are going to be more as well than the social media only. So that's why that even if we've had a lot of headwinds as well as the market competition in the video content area, we're still trying to invest as many as possible. And so we believe that when we have a very key positioning and also important positioning in the video area, and then we are going to further uplift the upper limit of the number of users and also the others. And now in terms of the total traffic and data, the video part accounted for about 1/3 of the total traffic now we have. So this is extremely very important for us to uplift further the upper limit. Okay.
另外，其实如果您看的话，其实公司的商业价值其实跟 DAU、MAU 有一定的相关性，但是更有相关的还是跟用户的活跃。我们在一季度其实流量也是达到了去年大概在文娱行业被整改之前的峰值的流量，有用户的活跃度方面。那这个其实跟公司的收入和粘性会和用户的粘性会更相关一些。整个来看的话，也就是说我们核心还是把微博的特点，也就是社交媒体和我们的媒体热点这两个特点能够发挥得更好，比我们的所有的竞品能够做得更好，这是我们觉得我们整个流量增长的核心。从一季度情况来看的话，其实文娱行业还没有完全恢复，去年我就说过这个恢复可能至少要到下半年。那其实我们更多的还是靠在热点啊、社交啊、社区方面的这种投入，让我们更多的去补上了去年上半年受整个行业影响带来的下降，带来用户活跃度的下降。所以说我觉得从公司角度考虑，更多的其实我们平时来讲关注 MAU、DAU 并不是我们工作的主要，更多的还是看我们给用户的服务的粘性，用户在微博上面的活跃度，用户在微博上面的互动性，这些其实才是决定这个公司的这种生命力，包括能够长期存在的最核心的点。谢谢。
And also, lastly, I would like to say that, talking about the business value of a company, this does not only relate to the DAU and also an MAU number, but I think it's more relevant to the activity of the users. So especially, in Q1, we've been saying that, our total traffic has been reaching the kind of upper limit or the kind of a peak level before any reconciliation and also some ratification conducted to the entertainment industry, right? So that because activity was all about the stickiness of the users, and also we really believe that with a business model of Weibo, combining social media together with the media hot trends, for example, this is going to be our key strategy to be sustainable in the future. And also in Q1, because of the ratification conducted to the entertainment industry, we already said that the entertainment industry will not be recovered until the second half, and this is still the case right now. And also that's why we've been doing a lot of other works, for example, the launch of hot trends and super topics as well as the community, etc. So those businesses are now offsetting the declined activity that we experienced because of that change happened to the entertainment industry. And also, as a result, we are saying that, MAUs and also DAUs are important, but this is not the only thing that we're focusing. But we are focusing more on the provision of better quality services to users and also enhance the stickiness of users and enhance the activity of users and the interactivity of the users as well. So these strategies are going to be the long-term strategy and also making us sustainable in the future.
All right, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of the question and answer session. I'll now hand the call back to Ms. Sandra Zhang for closing remarks.
Thanks, operator, and thank you all for joining us. This concludes our conference call. We'll see you next quarter.
Thank you. That does conclude our conference for today. Thank you for participating. You may all disconnect.